Tell me if this sounds like you. You finally get the motivation to really deep clean your home. You give up a full weekend. You end up sweaty and sore. And you know what? Somehow it still doesn't feel like you've gotten anything done. I have cleaned thousands of homes and I see people make the same 6 mistakes over and over again. Big, motivated cleaning energy pointed in the exact wrong direction. So in this video, I am going to walk you through what those 6 things are because I don't want you to waste your time. And if you've got the energy to deep clean, you deserve that clean home. So if any of this resonates with you, make sure that you hit subscribe. Let's get into it. Hill number 1 is the cleaning marathon. It's Saturday morning, your hair's in a bun, you're drinking coffee, you've got your list, you are ready to go. And you think the whole house is gonna be cleaned by the end of the day. And unless you're a trained professional, a marathon is not a strategy, it's actually a recipe for disaster. This is pretty much how it goes. You start strong, you get the kitchen done, then you move to the bathrooms, you're starting to run out of gas, then you get into the living rooms, the dining rooms, and the bedroom. And by the end of the day, you are sweating, you are exhausted, you are emotional, you look around and the house still doesn't feel done. That is such a bad feeling. The better thing to do is to break these big cleaning moments into smaller sessions. I'm talking 60 to 90 minutes. Take that energy, be very pointed in how you direct it, give it a very specific amount of time, get the job done. You are gonna feel so much better about the results that you got, and you in your body are gonna feel physically so much better too. That's the way to go. Hill number 2 is reaching for the harshest thing in your cleaning cabinet first, because we think when we clean, we gotta go big, and the harsher the product, the better the result. And frankly, that is just the absolute wrong mentality. Using a harsher product and getting more cleaning amperage isn't necessarily the best way to go.
No?
Take, for example, bleach. This is a highly contested product here on the Clean My Space channel. Those of you who've been watching for a while, you know my feelings about bleach. Bleach is a whitener, bleach is a disinfectant, but bleach is not a cleaner. There are so many other things you can use instead.
Bro, what are you talking about?
If you're using bleach to, say, clean the floors, you can actually cause damage. You can strip the finish, you can discolor. Why would you use bleach to do that job when there's something so much simpler and can get the job done efficiently and effectively? I want you to use the product that's going to get the job done right. If you start at a pretty average level product and you level up only if that product is not doing the job, you're doing it right. If you start with the harshest product first, you can end up with some damage that's going to cost you money and frustrate you. The package is going to tell you to use the product exactly the way the company intended for you to use it. And if you don't do that, you're going to get yourself in hot water. And I want you to be in pool water, chlorinated water. No pee in the pool. Okay, hill number 3, and this one has some real consequences. Look, you gotta know your lane when it comes to cleaning, and you gotta stay in it. You combine a few big cleans with some cleaning TikTok videos, and all of a sudden you have all this bravado. And suddenly you start thinking, I'll just clean the dryer vent myself, or I'll just take apart my oven door and clean it myself. It's fine. Stop right there. Dryer fires are real, and they happen in normal homes to normal people. And the number of dryer fires that happen every year keep going up. In fact, when I moved into this house about a year ago, someone a few doors down from me had a dryer fire. Moving truck was in my driveway and the fire truck was right over there. And unless you're handy and you have some real life experience, dryer vent kits often can't handle a dryer vent with any real length or bends. The same thing goes with an oven door. Susie Crayon 44, yeah, she can do it on her video. That's totally cool. But do you want to do it? I don't think so, because it's going to void your oven warranty. And if that glass breaks, all my best to you when it comes to replacing that glass door. That's something I wouldn't do. One quick phone call, a quick appointment, a little bit of money, handle the job. Let the people who know what they're doing do the work. And that way you don't void the warranty and the job gets done. Now, I'm not asking you to throw money around like a crazy person in Las Vegas.
I'm so sorry, Archie.
I'm just saying, don't be an amateur HVAC technician and let the pros do the work. Hill number 4, and I've watched this one happen constantly when I ran my cleaning business, so I feel really strongly about this. If you've got dirty, crappy, or broken cleaning tools, all they do is make you work harder and they push germs and dirt around. Like they actually can't do their job. If this whole broom was like this, do you think I'd be using this? I don't think so. If you've got a sponge that's been sitting on the side of your sink for a month and a half, or a mop head that looks like it has cleaned a subway station, that is not the mop or the sponge that you need to be using in your home. They're disgusting. disgusting, they're science projects. We don't want those in our house. So before you're doing a big clean, clean your cleaning tools and refresh anything that looks absolutely terrible. The cost of replacing your cleaning tools every now and then is going to be significantly less than the cost it might have on your family if you're spreading bacteria that could cause E. coli or some other GI issue, or if you value your time, and I imagine that you do, a dirty or ragged or splayed out cleaning tool is going to make you work so much harder and waste your time. So it actually is worth spending the money on making sure that your cleaning tools are up to snuff. Okay, we got 2 hills left, and these are the ones that nobody talks about. I'm also going to be covering the one that boils my blood the most. Hill number 5, and oh, do people love filming themselves doing this? It's cleaning something in the exact opposite way the manufacturer told you to do this. You read the instructions on an appliance manual. You figure out exactly how the manufacturer wants you to clean your hardwood floors. You don't all of a sudden go ahead and just figure something out, hack it on your own. You can't do that.
Yes, I can!
Listen, they put the instructions on the appliance or the item or whatever it is because they've tested it and they know exactly how it's going to perform when it's exposed to various things. And they're going to warn you very specifically, don't do this, but definitely do this. So when it comes to cleaning inside your oven, cleaning a hardwood floor, cleaning the inside of a bathtub, or anything else that you have in your home that you've spent good money on, please just follow the instructions of the people who brought it forth to you. And one other pet peeve I want to cover off while we're here is when people make their own cleaning products online, unless you are an actual certified chemist or cleaning expert who has studied this for almost 2 decades. Please do not share information about how to mix and match cleaning products on the internet. You have no business doing that. And the truth is, if you're mixing and matching cleaning products, you could create fumes that can cause you or someone around you some real harm. It could also kill you or send you to the emergency room.
Call an ambulance!
We're not into that. So if you're going to be cleaning with 2 products, for example, bleach and vinegar, that you, for whatever reason, feel you need to use in and around the same time, clean the surface with one product first, rinse it with water, and then use the second product afterwards. So you're going to clean them in tandem, not together. Okay, here's the last hill, and if you take one thing from this video, I want it to be this one. Hill number 6 is treating the big clean as a once-a-year event. And yeah, I kind of need a big clean in my house right now. This is the trap that we fall into though. We think, okay, I'm gonna do one big clean a year, usually spring cleaning. But here's the thing, your house has a number of systems in it that needs to be maintained quarterly. I'm talking HVAC systems, smoke alarms, CO2 detectors, dryer vents. These things need attention and maintenance so that they can run effectively. Don't leave all of that stuff for one time a year. Instead, take all of those quarterly maintenance things that you would probably do around spring cleaning, but also schedule those in for the turn of every season. So you're doing that 4 times a year. You know, if it's like cleaning and maintaining your AC system because you live in a 4-season climate, you want to set that up for in and around the time when you're going to turn on your AC. So maybe May. You know, for certain tasks, 1 time a year is fine, like cleaning your outdoor light fixtures, but for the maintenance of really important systems that exist in your home, that's something that you want to make sure you're covering at least 4 times a year. If you are interested in learning about the DIY cleaners that I was talking about, here's a video featuring 3 of them that can save you from using harsh chemicals and also save you a little bit of money. So there you go, 6 cleaning hills I'm willing to die on. And now I want to know which one I've missed. What is the one big cleaning mistake that you make or you see other people make that absolutely drives you crazy? Let me know in the comments down below because I actually read them. And if you found this video useful, make sure that you give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who you know needs a little brushing up on their cleaning skills. And if you haven't done so already, make sure that you subscribe to the Clean My Space channel. I'm going to put it right there. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.